Economists say a little inflation is good, but keeping it under control, that's a different story. In this video series, we'll be providing actual, in-depth information on subjects affecting the Texas economy. Up until 2021, many of us had never truly experienced inflation levels where the cost of eggs seems to double in price overnight. That's because inflation had been relatively stable since 1982. That's when the Great Inflation subsided, after getting its start almost 2 decades earlier, causing high unemployment, enduring disco, and peaking at 13.6%. Over time, ideas about inflation have changed a lot, meaning the approach to managing it has also changed. But there are some constants. First, uncontrolled inflation is a mismatch between the amount of money available and the amount of stuff available. During the pandemic, we saw a combination of stimulus savings and canceled vacations add up to extra spending cash. While at the same time, supply chain issues, labor shortages, and COVID outbreaks meant fewer items available for purchase. Second, certain events such as wars and civil unrest tend to trigger higher inflation. And third, inflation is kind of like candy. Too much can cause a stomachache, but a little bit hits the spot. The right amount of inflation is generally seen as a sign of a growing economy. It means employees are getting raises, businesses are expanding, and we get to buy more than the necessities, like a luxury item. Maybe not that luxurious. Now, the just right level is actually pretty low, currently just 2%, and it doesn't have to change a whole lot to start having a big impact. For this reason, prices are watched closely through multiple calculations by multiple government agencies. The most frequently cited method analyzes the price of an imaginary shopping basket. This basket has around 94,000 items in it, and not just everyday items like bread, apples, and coffee, but also bigger purchases like furniture. Even services such as haircuts, rent, and funerals are in the shopping basket. If the cost of those items increases too rapidly, paychecks will begin to feel a lot smaller as they cover less and less. Economists use phrasing like erosion of real income or a decrease in purchasing power to describe these effects. When that happens, the central bank called the Federal Reserve, or simply the Fed, steps in. They like a boring economy. In order to get inflation back to a low, stable, and predictable level that doesn't make the headlines, the Fed starts raising interest rates. But it's not going to make anyone feel better, at least not right away. Higher interest means a higher total cost for a house, a new car, or about any other item that gets purchased on credit. The Fed does this to encourage people and businesses to spend less so that the amount of stuff available can start matching the amount of money available. During this time, the Fed might raise rates again and again, depending on how people and prices respond. But even with these actions, it's difficult to know how long it will be before inflation cools or what other turns the economy might take as a result. In the meantime, everyone closely watches consumers, businesses, and data to see what happens next, while keeping their fingers crossed for a less expensive economy in the not-so-distant future. That's all there is?
Like, that's all life is?
I'll try to make it less existential.
I know.